की जय, कृष्ण बलराम महाराज की जय, पृष्ठ ओम विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र सत्य श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, ओम विष्णुपाद परिव्राज कचर्य स्तोत्र सत्य श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत मधुसूदन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय, श्री रूप अनुग गौड़िया गुरुवर्ग की जय, श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय, स्वरूप दामोदर रामानंद दी श्री गौर परिषद वृंद की जय, नमाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, नवदीप मंडल की जय, ब्रज मंडल की जय, क्षेत्र मंडल की जय, त्रिभुवन मंगल श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, चार संप्रदाय चर आचार्य चर धाम की जय, रसेश्वरी क्रियेश्वरी वृंदावनेश्वरी सेवा कुंजेश्वरी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय, कुलदेवी योगमा पूर्णमासी देवी की जय, गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, श्री काले कृष्णदास शुभति रबाप महोत्सव की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जना शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः, गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः, वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः, आनन्दलीलमय विग्रहाय मपदिविचुवसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते, नित्यानन्द नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानन्दप्रदायिने कलो कल्मषनाशाय जन्मपतये नमः, अजनलम्बितभुजो कनकवदातो संकीर्तनाय कपितरो कमलायताक्ष, विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो जुगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रिय करो करुणावतारो, कनकजलादगत्रो नीलशोणब्जनेत्रो मृगमदवरबालो मालतिकुन्दमालो, तरलतरुनवेशो पीताम्बरेशो स्मरनिभृतनिकुञ्जे राधिका कृष्णचन्द्रो, तवैवस्मि न जीवमि त्वया विना, इति विज्ञाय राधे त्वं नयमं चरणन्तिके, श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. First of all, my unlimited Dandavat pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Nitya Prishtam Vishnupad, Astutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shiksha Gurudeva Sam Vishnupad, Astutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, also Sri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, all devotees, and Dandavat pranam. Today there are no guests, unfortunately, but hopefully they're watching us online. Today I was preparing again some kind of adapted katha, but only devotees came. It makes it a bit more interesting, but also unexpected. So we were discussing Rupa-siksa, the instructions Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Srila Rupa Goswami Pad, infusing into his heart his transcendental conception. Vrindavaniyam rasakeli vartam kalena luptam nija shakti mutkam sancharya rupe vetanot punacham prabhur vidho prag ivaloka srishtim. So, okay, bottles, all right, phones, all right. Okay, so give me your ears. Right, one person responsible for the door. Not you. Okay. So phones are okay. Bottle, okay. Door, okay. Settled. Harikatha, ears. Lend me your ears, ladies and gentlemen say. So, before the creation, the Lord invested all of his energy, all of his knowledge into the heart of Lord Brahma. In that same way, Srila Rupa Goswami received all transcendental knowledge about bhakti rasa from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So he heard from Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu about Krishna, about his Shakti, about his potency, about the knowledge of rasa, transcendental relationship with Krishna. Before Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, there was knowledge of bhakti. Something was spoken about rasa, but what is bhakti rasa? That's what Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Sri Rupa Goswami. So Srila Rupa Goswami afterwards explained that in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu completely. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the encyclopedia of Bhakti Rasa. What is Bhakti Rasa and how Bhakti Rasa acts in different types of relationships with Krishna. So Srila Rupa Goswami and Sri Sanatana Goswami, as you know, they were brothers, and they were residing in Vrindavan when there was very, very small number of devotees coming from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri. Anyway, they were coming, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking them, what are my dear Rupa and Sanatana doing? So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying, the pilgrims were saying, oh, Sri Rupa and Sanatana, the brothers Rupa and Sanatana have no permanent place of residence. Sometimes they spend the night under one tree, sometimes under another tree. Why? Not because they were renounced, certainly they were renounced, but because under each and every tree there are new and new pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. That's why they were always immersed in those pastimes and experiencing new and new varieties of nectar. Sometimes they go begging. When they go begging, they receive some chickpeas and some chach, some sour milk. They sleep only 1.5 and 2 hours, maybe. Sometimes they don't sleep at all. They're always chanting the holy names and crying. And sometimes they write transcendental literatures. You remember what 4 missions Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to the 6 Goswamis? Remember, Nayan?
Unearth the holy places.
Yeah. Lupta Tirtha Parayana. But the first one was, remember what?
The deities.
Yeah. Shivigraha Prakash means revealing the forgotten deities installed by Vajranab. So then what?
Reveal scriptures.
Yeah. And Vaishnava Sadachar Stapanam. Vaishnava etiquette. Yeah, Vaishnava etiquette. So later, the characteristics of Srila Rupa Goswami were described by Sri Kavi Karnapur. Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Sahaja Virupe, Nijana Rupe, Prabhu Eka Rupe, Tatana Rupe, Svavila Swarupe. So many times Rupe. Yeah. Priya Swarupe. He was very, very dear to Sri Swarup Damodar. Also, he was very, very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is who? Krishna, who is trying to understand the mood of Srimati Radhika. And who is Srila Rupa Goswami? That's Rupa Manjari. That's very, very confidential, very, very close maidservant of Srimati Radhika. That's why definitely was very, very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Unnata Jvala Rasam Svabhakti Shriyam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu infused into the hearts of Srila Rupa Goswami most sacred knowledge about Radha Dasyam also. And Srila Rupa Goswami gave that to the whole world. He gave everything, but most sacred, the most confidential chamber of his heart, he revealed as well. Nowadays, there's a whole movement of people who are saying that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave Srila Rupa Goswami that and only that and nothing else.
There's a whole movement saying
yes. The whole movement saying that only Manjari Bhava and nothing else. Yeah, but we cannot eat only sugar. If we eat only sugar, we'll get diabetes. Yeah, so that's a very dangerous disease. That's why we have to combine everything. We have to see how all the tastes are in perfect harmony. That is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That is the great ocean of Bhakti Rasa. Sri Goswami churned and explained, gave knowledge of that to the whole world. How all the rasas exist, cooperate, how to say, fulfill each other, etc., etc. Priya Swarupi, Daita Swarupi, Prema Swarupi. He was the personification of Prema, Srila Rupa Goswami. Prema to Srimati Radhika. The transcendental love of confidential maid servants of Srimati Radhika is such, it's directly, totally towards her lotus feet. That's their Sthai Bhava. It goes first to the feet of Srimati Radhika, then Krishna. Madisha na tatve vrajavipina chandram vrajavane. Madisha na tatve. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami in this verse of Mana Shiksha is explaining who is Krishna for him, for Rati Manjari. Who is Krishna? Madisha na tatve. He is the master, the lord of my Isha, means my beloved mistress. Through Srimati Radhika they perceive Krishna only. So we were hearing one of these days about the fact that the confidential maidservants of Srimati Radhika are happy only when Srimati Radhika is happy. Srimati Radhika is happy when she is meeting Krishna. So when the meeting of Shri Radha and Krishna takes place, then the Manjaris, the confidential maidservants of Srimati Radhika, are really, really very, very happy. So thus, in Prayag, for 10 days, Srila Rupa Goswami, together with his brother Anupam, were hearing the instructions of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So on the first evening, when so many new friends were here, we were discussing those things. The first things Mahaprabhu told Sri Rupa Goswami about the variety of living entities, about the good fortune of those who have human form, about the measurement of the soul, 1/10,000th of a tip of a hair. We've heard all those things. So Mahaprabhu said, so there are two divisions of the living entities, the moving and non-moving. Amongst the moving living entities, there are beasts, there are birds, there are fishes, there are mammals, and amongst mammals, human form is very, very special, 400,000 species. And mostly they're uncivilized. Mostly they're uncivilized. You remember the 5 types, Madhurika? 5 types of human beings, you remember? How? You were listening this so many times in 2 days, yesterday and the day before. You remember, Purushottam? 5 types of human beings.
It's like the atheistic class or something. This.
What kind of? There are 2.
Those who are theists.
Non-atheists.
No, those who are theists.
Sleeping. All sleeping. You're all sleeping. Nayan, you remember?
Civilized atheists and
not civilized. Moral. No, the first one is not moral. The first is this. Immoral atheists. It's worshipping ghosts, cannibals, performing tamasic rituals. That's why depicted by this, Immoral atheists, first type. Yeah. So their consciousness is what? Only budding consciousness. So we were mentioning the first day the types of consciousness. First one is completely covered. What's that? Achadita Chetana. Completely covered. Stones, trees. Very, very small development of consciousness. Achadita Chetana. Then Sankuchita Chetana. Sankuchita means shrunken. Like owners of dogs, they say, oh, only cannot talk, but so much feeling. Yes, but since consciousness is sankuchita, shrunken, cannot say, cannot go to the temple, cannot do dharma. They can do only woof woof and kissing the owner. That's it, master. So that's it, nothing more than that. This is called sankuchita variant. But okay, we're going forward. There are 5 types of human beings within the 3 next levels, which are budding or mukulita, then blossoming or vikasita, and fully blossoming purna vikasita. So in the, I think, 15th or 16th chapter of Jaiva Dharma, you can read those things. So, okay, reading Jaiva Dharma, make notes as you read. You have to remember Siddhanta. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, Siddhanta bole chitana karalas, hoite iha hoite sudrida manas. Yeah. Don't be lazy to study Siddhanta. If you study Siddhanta properly, then your mind will be concentrated in Krishna. We don't study Siddhanta, and that's why Maya Devi comes and, my dear darling, that's so what watching? Football. But you have to be watching Haribol, understand? That's right. The simple question, simple answer. Yeah? So gradually, what are you eating? Noodles with mushrooms. Here you go. Here you go. And watching football. So that's it. When you don't study Siddhanta, that's what happens. So you have to study Siddhanta and discuss. So I'm glad you're regularly meeting. Am I wrong? Anyway, so have to be regularly meeting. Yes, so start all this again and restart and start deeply. You know? So mukulita, vikasita, purna vikasita. 3 types of human consciousness. So these 3 contain 5. You remember? You're good at maths. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 contain 5. Last 3 contain 5. Okay. What's the name of the sister? Shyamalata. Jambavati. Always knitting. So all your energy goes there.
No, I can listen when my hand.
Okay.
Because Prabhupada said, woman, when she's doing something, when her mind is focusing and listening, if she doesn't do anything with her hands, then her mind is flowing.
Our Gurudev said something different. Our Gurudev said, don't make garlands during Harikatha. Why are you making garlands during Harikatha? Stop. That's what Srila Bhaktivinoda Narayana Goswami said. He's non different from Prabhupada. He's Prabhupada in Haribol. He's Prabhupada in new fashion. Understand? Prabhupada who has come again. Right. So.
It helps me to concentrate on this.
Okay, good. Main thing, you don't fall asleep. You better do something.
If I don't knit, I fall asleep.
Fall asleep. All right. Then okay, knit.
That's right.
That's all right. But you're good at maths. You remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You remember, no? Okay, try. Okay, so the 3 more developed types of consciousness belong to human beings: mukulita, vikasita, purna vikasita. All right. Let's repeat all of them together. First one is achadita chetana. 3, 4. Means fully covered consciousness. Achadita. Trees, stones. Understand? Eh? The next one is sankuchita chetana. Means budding, not budding, shrunken consciousness. This is, moving living entities like lizards, like mice, like cockroaches, like dogs, rhinoceroses, giraffes, zebras, butterflies, etc. So many. So their consciousness is very shrunken. They cannot go to church. They cannot pray to God. They cannot follow dharma. They can only eat, sleep, mate, and defend. 3 or 4. Okay. So next is what? Mukulita chetana. Mukulita chetana means budding consciousness. Budding consciousness. So then Vikasita Chetana means blossoming consciousness. And Purna Vikasita Chetana, fully blossoming consciousness. Okay, so the three types, Mukulita, Vikasita, Purna Vikasita, or budding, blossoming, and fully blossoming, belong to human, yes, human consciousness. So those three can be divided into five. The first one is immoral atheists. Immoral atheists have what kind of consciousness, Nan? No, not covered. Budding. Covered is stone, not covered. Budding means only some understanding that, well, they have to worship some ghosts, spirits, bring some human flesh, for example, and then eat. Okay, this is much more developed than any stone. Stone cannot do that. Tree cannot do that. Dog cannot do that, because they have lower types of consciousness, namely achadita or sankuchita. Means fully covered or just shrunken. Shrunken. So that's why this is already big development, but they're tamasic, in tamagun. So next one is blossoming. And so also to the first out of these three, typical to human consciousness, the second type is moral atheists, right? Comrades from China and Soviet Russia, etc., who have moral codes of like communist builder. Like when I was young, we were taught in school codes of communist builder. Not like Christian dogmas, etc. But these are high morality. Actually, also they should not steal, they should not kill, but not animals. But anyway, some moral codes, nice moral codes. But no conception of God. So it's a great deficiency. It's like fully developed body with no head. No head. So body is actually dead, although nicely developed. Okay, so this consciousness is still Mukulita, only budding, but more budding than. Have you seen? It's not spring now, but in March there are tulips, right? Or you have daffodils a lot. So just budding, Tomorrow the green tulip will go red, but by the night it's becoming pinkish and then about to open. So this is the consciousness of moral atheist, yes. And then moral theists. Moral theists, they constitute the majority of humanity, because they go to church. There's so many churches. When I was in Australia, Damodar Maharaj was opening the center. Oh, you were not there. You were not there. Okay, so little town, Lowood, but so many churches. Oh my God! Even Mason Lodge was there. This church, a Catholic church, and that Christian church, this Christian church. So we opened Hare Krishna Center anyway for some time. Another one. So there were like, I don't know, at least 20 confessions, even more. So those are moral theists. Those are faithful people, we can call. So this is already blossoming consciousness, starting to blossom. So very firm conception. We're children of God. God is our Father. God will give us daily bread, which is very good. A dog has no conception, because the dog is the master. God is her master, and master will give bread. So anyway, the dog is faithful to the master, but no conception higher than that. And conceptions, God is actually very rich, because that's the source of understanding of existence of man in religions. So a man cannot be independent of God, cannot exist independently from God. That's why that conception is actually very high. It's a very great asset. Atheists don't have. I was born in atheistic society. Then it was Soviet Union. That's why I know very well what it means. And then 1990, Soviet Union collapsed. 91, everybody went to churches immediately. So many people became religious. Before there were, perestroika years, were going towards God, but that was just explosion, you know, everybody. And Hare Krishna certainly was like anything, preaching like anything. So if in the West it was 60s, 70s, former Soviet Union was in 90s. Those were the periods. That was the period. So so this is already the beginning of blossoming consciousness, but truly blossoming consciousness is consciousness of sadhana bhakta, of a devotee who is performing sadhan bhajan. Sadhan bhajan means regulated devotional service. That's the consciousness of a bhakta who has sambandha jnana, or knowledge of relationship. Sambandha jnana, understand? Knowledge of relationship, which Shri Guru gives. So sambandha jnana typically consists of, we can see a triangle, you know, Ishvara, Jiva, and Maya. Who is God? Who am I? What is the illusion? And how to Mama Maya Duratiya, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, certainly very difficult to overcome my illusion, but yam prapadyante, mayam tam tarantite. Those who surrender to me very easily can overcome illusion. That's understanding. So that's the process is called Abhideya. So Sambandha Gurudev gives, also process of Abhideya explains, and the process of Prayojana as well, the sweet attainment of the absolute truth. Gurudev explains everything. So then fully blossoming consciousness, or Purna Vikasita Chetana, Purna Vikasita, fully blossomed, that is Bhava Bhakti and higher. Bhava going into Prema. So that is fully blossoming consciousness. It's very, very highly developed consciousness of a person who sees everyone as they are. He can see that every living entity all over the world is a soul, living entity, and the soul must be happy. And that person wants the happiness of everyone. So that is that level described by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita as humble sage who can see with one vision, tree, a sage under the tree, a dog, and a dog eater, with same vision. So that's very, very high level of consciousness. So not impersonal, but rather, you know, in the mood of bhakti, in the mood of devotional service. So
Those in the mood of impersonalism, can they see like that?
they also see, but they have Advaita Siddhi means indifferentiated oneness. They have the conception of indifferentiated oneness. They cannot see the proper position of a living entity. They're thinking everything is God. I am God, you are God. The tree is God, the dog is God, etc. So their vision is very faulty.
So you must have this Siddhanta.
Must have a Siddhanta, that's it.
It differentiates.
Absolutely. God, absolutely. Thank you, Sundarananda Prabhu. You stressed that point. Because without Siddhanta, you will end up as a karmi, or as a jnani, or a jnani, or a yogi. That's it. That's why Siddhanta, Vaishnava Siddhanta, you have to three people jumping. One guy should be responsible. The guy next to the door. The next to the door. So Haribol. So that's why yes, absolutely. So when we have the basement, then we can build the great temple of Bhakti Rasa. Without building the basement, how will we build?
Yesterday, Maharaj, you were saying even
Bhakti Rasa temple, huh?
Yesterday, you were saying even from Bhava, you can
Haribo!
pull down, because you gave the example of Bharat Maharaj.
Bharat Maharaj, Bilva Mangal Thakur, many examples. But very, very small chance. Very small, practically no, but sometimes like, that's why it's mentioned in the scriptures. So mostly living entities have very vague conception of the divinity, and therefore they perform lip service. So mostly those moral theists are just performing formal worship of demigods, and they're actually completely materialistic. And among human beings, those who follow Vedic conception are considered to be civilized. So that's the place more or less we stopped at the day before yesterday. Dharmachari madhya bahuta karmanishta koti karmanishta madhya ekajyani shrishta. Among followers of Vedic knowledge, most are following the process of karma. And also jnana means what is good work and bad work in that sense. So their jnana is fully chained by karma. So this is good, this is bad, some moral codes, but they don't engage in real jnana, which is knowledge of the soul. So out of many such fruity factors, there may be one who is actually wise. Koti jnani madhya hoy, eka jnana mukta, Haribol. Zakhadi, дорогой. Koti mukta madhya durlabha, eka Krishna bhakta. Out of many millions of such wise men, one may actually become liberated or mukta. Out of many millions of such liberated persons, a pure devotee of Lord Krishna is very difficult to find. So, there's one verse, I think Lord Shiva says, Muktanam, no. This is Parikshit. Shukadev Goswami to Parikshit. Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayana sudarlabha prashantatma kutishvapi mahamuni. Now, out of millions of liberated sages, and those sages who are freed from ignorance, and those who attain perfection, there's only one who is Narayana Parayana, who is really inclined towards Lord Narayana. And such a person is really, really sudurlabha, really, really, really rare. So it's a great, great rarity to become a devotee, to meet a devotee. And devotee has highest assets, highest characteristics. Krishna Bhakta Nishkam Ateva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kamis Sakali Ashanta. The devotee is always peaceful. Why? Because not only because he understands Siddhanta, it's because he's immersed in Bhakti Rasa. And Bhakti Rasa is that substance which, Haribol, good morning everyone, which gives complete peace. Ashanta means you still have material desires. In this material world, we're Ashanta because we have so many material desires. And I'm saying we because we came from karma, mostly. Some of us from yoga, from jnana, but very small percentage, mostly from karma. And those people who are following path of bhakti, they are gaining that peace and happiness gradually. They're gaining that shanti, that peace and happiness. And those people who are non-devotees, those people who are devoted to karma, devoted to jnana, they have material desires. Jnanis have desire to achieve the perfection of Advaita Siddhi, impersonal liberation. That's a desire, that's why I'm giving them disturbance. And when they achieve that they mostly fall. The personified Vedas, the demigods, when Krishna was born, they're praying, in their prayers they're saying, Yanye Ravindaksha Vimuktamani Nastaresta Bhaga Vishuddha Buddhaya Aruya Krishnara Parampadam Tata Patantyato Nadrita Vishmadangraya. Those who consider themselves liberated actually have impure intelligence, Avishuddha Buddhaya. Their buddhi, their intelligence is impure. That's why Patantyato, that's why they fall. Mostly they fall. And they become minerals, they become trees, again they start evolution. Or those who seemingly achieved perfection of Advaita Siddhi cannot be stabilized there, that's why they start humanitarian projects. Madhava Seva means Manava Seva. The service to Madhava means the service to people, and they open hospitals, Ramakrishna Mission, etc., etc. They open schools, they serve humanity, that's service to God according to their understanding. Because man is God, God is man. That's what it, so that's Advaita Siddhi. So that's why that's material desire. And there are two types of liberation. Brahma Sayuja and Ishvara Sayuja. Brahma Sayuja is melting with the existence of the Lord, the impersonal rays of Brahma Jyoti, and Ishvara Sayuja means melting the transcendental body of the Lord. While commenting on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj is saying that those who want Ishvara Sayuja, actually followers of Patanjali school, they want to enter the body of Krishna, transcendental body of Krishna. That's why they kill their soul. Although soul is immortal, that soul is no longer capable to do anything. By entering transcendental body of Krishna, you don't go back as Ishvara Sayuja Walas do. Those who enter Ishvara, Brahma Sayuja I meant, those who enter the impersonal rays of Brahman, they still can fall Yanera Vindaksha Vimukta Maninas, according to that verse. And those who enter Krishna's transcendental body, finished.
That's worse.
Yes, that's the death for the soul, although soul is deathless. So there are two things. Madhurika, recording? Making notes. That's it. It's important to know. So Patanjali school, they're into Ishvara Sayuja, Swami Maharaj Prabhupada confirms. So that's why they're Ashanta, that's what I mean to say.
So this Patanjali school, is it yoga school?
Yeah, that's yoga school, traditional
Hatha
yoga. Hatha is part, but they actually go into Ishvara. They want to enter. That's what Swami Maharaj writes. Prabhupada. So Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, he has no desires because he understands Siddhanta properly. Because he wants to practice Shuddha Bhakti Anyabilasita Shunyam Gyana Karma Dhyana Vritam Anukuliyana Krishna Nushilanam Bhakti Ruttama. You remember this shlok? You have to learn this shlok. Understand? Next time I'll ask. So you prepare Wales program and learn this shlok. Anyabilasita Shunyam, okay? One line, one evening. 4 evenings you have. Okay, important to know. So then we'll come to these shlokas gradually. Kaviraj Goswami is reproducing the teachings of Mahaprabhu to Srila Rupa Goswami. So Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, there's so many classical shlokas here really. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama, Ataiva Shanta. Always Shanta, always peaceful. There's nothing to lose. Because he knows the Lord will give everything. No. He's happy with half a penny a day. He's happy. 1 chapati a day, he's happy. Like 6 Goswamis, So those pilgrims who are coming from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, they were saying they have no fixed place of residence. Sometimes they receive some chickpeas and some chach. Some chana and some chach means, what's that called? Chickpeas, yeah, and chach means buttermilk. Happy. They know that to serve Mahaprabhu, that's why they eat. Otherwise, they're not concerned with eating, sleeping. Not interesting. All the world is going mad because of eating and sleeping. Comfortable eating, comfortable sleeping. But 6 Goswamis were not concerned. They left thousands and thousands of golden coins. This is like billions of dollars. In only loincloths, they were in Vrindavan, like this. So Srila Rupa Goswami was that, like that. Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kame. Bhukti means those who want to enjoy. Mukti means those who want liberation. Brahma Sayuja, Ishvara Sayuja. Siddhi, those who want mystic perfection, to become smaller than the slowest, smallest, bigger than the biggest, faster than the fastest, obtaining the power to obtain anything from everywhere, anywhere. Kami means satisfy all desires, like this. Sakali, ashanta. They're always, always, always disturbed. So muktanam apisidanam narayana parayana sudurlabha prashantatma kotishvapi mahamune. Very, very rare devotee of Lord Narayana. Very rare. Normally they worship demigods. Shivji, Durga, Ganesh, mostly. Lakshmi, without Narayana. They want Lakshmi without Narayana. They have Lakshmi giving coins, you know. Yeah. I remember I was visiting, when I was still a Bhakta, I was visiting Tirupati Tirumala in South India. And I remember rich people coming and praying to Lakshmi. That Lakshmi was staying separately. They were just, you know, this like deity type of statue, and you can touch. So they were just caressing her like this. Give me money, give me money. So those people, you know, they can pray to anyone. They could pray to Govinda. They can pray to Nitai. But instead of Nitai Gunamani, they can sing, Nitai, give me money, my Lord. Nitai, give me money. You know, they can pray. That's their interest. And they want Lakshmi without Narayana. You don't want Narayana. What do they want Narayana? Lakshmi giving money, all right. But Narayana knows. So that's what they're concerned. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu says another very, very well-known and classical shlok. You must have heard to Srila Rupa Goswami. Brahmanda Brahmitikona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasad Paya bhakti-lata bija. I heard some choir. That's good. It's good when you say shlok and then the choir answers back. It's the best impression for a preacher. And you have to encourage me. You have to learn more shlokas that even some guy called Sadhu Maharaj, you know, you have to really, really, really know. Siddhanta. Srila Gurudev used to stop us in morning walks and saying, what is bhakti? You tell. What is bhakti? Who is Guru? You tell. You have to quote Sanskrit, like anything. Have to quote Sanskrit. What is bhakti? Anyabilasita shunyam gyana karma dhyana-vritam anukulyana krishna nush shima bhakti-ro sarvapadi nivine muktam tat paratvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam bhakti-ro uchyate. Yeah, that's, you know. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhakshache ahantyukya pratihata yayatma suprasidati. Very good. Nayan knows. And what is Guru? Gurudev was asking, what is Guru? Like walking, then all of a sudden, you tell, what is Guru? You tell, you. That's some saffron brahmacharya. What is Guru? You. Can you say? Tadvidi pranipatina pariprashnena seva upavishanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshana. Tadvidi pranipatina pariprashnena seva upavishanti te jnanam tasmad gurun prapadyeta jigyasu shreyo tamam shabde parecha nishnatam brahmanya pashamashram. No password, no entrance. Understand? You have to quote Sanskrit. This is the language of ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, we're hippies. You know? We don't know the proper language. The first verse is Gita 4:34. Record. Guru. Yeah, Guru and 2 dots. And then about Guru, you learn from 4:34. Gita, and then Srimad Bhagavatam 1, 2, anyway, Tasmad Gurun Prapadyata, 11 to something, I don't remember the rest. Tasmad Gurun Prapadyata, these two things. And Gurudev was asking, what is the meaning? What is the meaning? You have to explain. And in morning walk books, you can read Srila Gurudev's explanation, like how disciples were explaining those verses. There were morning sessions of shloks. Gurudev was teaching everyone those shloks. And Krishna Balaram also, Didi and Maharaj were teaching us some time ago. Now, new generation is growing. Mostly everything is Hindi. Mostly everything is for the kids, not for us, because we're also grown-up kids. But anyway, in former times, it's very, very essential. All devotees in Mathura had to learn shlokas and then tell Gurudev at the end of the day. Like, very, very important. When a Vaishnava gives you a shlok, It's the greatest gift. Greatest gift. I was begging a couple of times from Pujapat Madhusudan Maharaj, please give me this shlok, give me this shlok. Please give me some shlok for encouragement for bhajan, you know. Oh, no. Please, Maharaj, please. Okay, this one. Kadaham yamuna tirena manikirtnava kirtayan vidvashpapandari kakshara shamiktanda. When will I be situated on the bank of Yamuna, and I will be dancing in ecstasy, Rachaya Shamitandana, and shedding tears. When will that be? Encouragement, you know. That's what given by Vaishnavas were. And Maharaj, for peace of mind, please give me shlok, please give me shlok. Okay, gave another one from second chapter. Vihaya kamanya sarvam pumam shcherati nispra nirmamo nirahankara sashanti madigachati. Vihaya kamanya sarvan, when you leave all kama, all desires, just leave your desires. Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam shcherati nispraha. Then a person becomes nispra, devoid of passions, devoid of that that stupid electricity thing, you know, which makes everyone mad. Everybody jumps, you know, like a pet dog of a lady, trying to, you know, make her happy. Maya Devi, you know. So that pet dog thinking, oh, Maya Devi is my mistress, you know. If she's not happy with me, then what will become of me? You know. And when great saints were leaving Maya Devi, then Maya Devi was manifesting before them as a beautiful lady, like former girlfriend or something. Please don't leave me. I haven't enjoyed you enough. Like this, from stories, some life of devotees. Vihaya kamanya sarvam pumam shcherati nispra nirmamo nirahankara. And you have to be devoid of mamata, mundane possessiveness. Nirmamo nirahankara, devoid of? Yes. Nirmamo nirahankara. Devoid of false ego, that I am a possessor of something. Sashanti madigashati. Then peace will come, otherwise peace will not come. You will be electrified. Always in Rajagun. And then you take, what's that? Antidepressant, then Tamagun, sleep. Okay. Temporary death. Somebody wrote a Facebook note, you know, what's it called? Big poster said, sleeping is nice. You can forget about everything for some time. That everything makes me mad, you know. So pressing the button, taking some pill, sometimes nice. You know, I forget about it. And then you wake up with headache. Oh no, not again. Again this, you know. Like after a good movie, you know, before cinema theater, you come out after like long movie, like 2.5 hours, you come back. Before there was no mobiles, there were only movies, and you come out and oh my god, again this gray life with stupid buses and things, you know. No, I went back there, but film is over, what to do? Like this. So we were speaking about shloks. That was like a separate subject for another 15 minutes. So this very famous verse, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu says to Srila Rupa Goswami, Brahmanda Brahmiti Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti-lata Bija. Very significant turn in the life of a living entity. Very significant. Meeting with Sri Guru. Not an imposter. Not a person trying to be Guru. Not a person appointed to be Guru. Not a cheater, but a Sadguru, a proper, true spiritual master. So we were discussing about, you remember that verse? Tasmad Gurun Prapadyata, Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. You remember the three features of Shri Guru? 3 features, you remember? 2 external, 1 internal. 2 external, he has Jnana and Vairagya. You learn according to, you know, you will find in that second verse, Bhagavatam. in the 2nd chapter of 11th canto. Jnana and Vairagya. He has knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and he is able to explain all the imports of Vedic Shastras. He knows what is Krishna, he knows what is Jiva, he knows what is Maya. He can explain everything, and he can reveal all confidential secrets. He can clear all doubts. He can uproot all non-devotional conceptions. That is Shri Guru. He has Jnana, transcendental knowledge, and he has Vairagya, renunciation. As Srila Gurudev was saying, here in the West, you all want something, but I've come to you, I don't want anything. I just want your hearts. I just want you to be Krishna conscious, nothing else. Only I want you to be Krishna conscious. I don't want your money. I don't want your possessions. I don't want anything from you. Just want you to chant Hare Krishna. That's it. So that is proper Vairagya, like highest Vairagya. But these two are external. And the internal is what? Remember, that he has realized Krishna. That person has realized Krishna. Okay? So internal Krishna realization, external Jnana and Vairagya, you remember, but then you read and you. Okay? So I don't know myself, but anyway, I want to share with you whatever meager parts that I know, at least because of Srila Gurudev's mercy, so we can repeat something like parrots. Very, very good, very important for everyone to learn these things firmly. And Gurudev was stressing Siddhanta, that's what Srila Caitanya Mahaprabhu giving to Srila Rupa Goswami Siddhanta. Since today is a class for devotees, it's more, concentrated towards practicing people. So, Eduard Pro.
Sri Caitanya Siksamrita. So lovely that the mercy of Didi Maharaj has been printed by Krishna Maharaj. Even just by reading the introduction, the first chapter, so much Siddhanta.
Yes.
And then after giving you all the Siddhanta, then it starts from the very beginning. But first, gives a glimpse of all the Siddhanta.
Yeah.
What Gurudev will say as well, you want to practice and you need to know Siddhanta. Otherwise, there's no.
In the beginning of Caitanya Shikshamrita, Srila Bhaktivinoda is reproducing briefly Dashamula, the 10 roots of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. And then he describes further on, up to Rasa Tattva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Siddhanta. So, the jivas, the living entities, travel all over the world. Yeah, all over the world. This universe, different other universes. Sometimes they go to upper planetary systems for good deeds, then they go down for bad deeds. And out of those many millions living entities, one is very, very fortunate, Bhagyavan, because can get an opportunity to associate with bona fide spiritual master. That's as rare as for a turtle on the surface of the ocean to go through a circle, a wooden circle lying on the surface. So there's a very, very small chance that the turtle will dive out and just through that circle. There's another allegoric story about 8,400,000 doors in a stadium, like a coliseum, like a huge, huge amphitheater. And the person was going around, knocking at every door, all doors locked. Nobody was opening, yes. But in one door, there were people, and they were actually ready to give him some alms. But at that time, he looked somewhere aside and was scratching himself. That's it. He blooped it, and he walked by. So, such is the example of a person who wastes human life. All human life was dedicated to some degrading activity, and again, animal life again into hell, like this. So it's very, 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 so we have to understand how rare this possibility is. Very, very rare. So we have to really ascertain our great fortune, understand our great fortune, and share it to others by just sharing what we experienced. Specifically, Srila Gurudev can encourage sannyasis, brahmacharis, but actually everyone's householders, anyone should preach. That's why Srila Gurudev was inducing everyone, preach, 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 telling everyone, absolutely everyone, I'm a householder. Okay, make your house a temple. A householder. I'm a householder means I have a special permission to drink ginger beer and watch my football at TV. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama in the morning, and in the evening, make Namahata. Invite your friends, sing together. No ginger beer TV. Hare Baba. What kind of disciple are you? So very, very important. Brahmanda Brahmini Kona Bhagavana Jiva, very, very fortunate Jiva, very fortunate living entity, can, by the mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas again, Guru and Vaishnavas give us everything, can obtain seed of devotional service. Seed, bhakti-lata bija, seed of devotional service.
Can you maybe clarify a little about, this, the inherent nature of bhakti? Because this verse obviously saying that Guru Krishna is giving this seed, but we say bhakti is inherent.
Yeah.
Can you a little clarify on this?
Yeah, a little further, we will find that verse, I think, in the commentary you're talking about. That's a very important subject. And also we have another question here from Lavanya Mai. So I will see how I can answer these two questions. We have two questions, and it's very good, actually, that you're receptive and creative. So I think, yes, this is this verse. In commentary, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj is writing, quoting that verse, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabunai, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Koraya Udai. So, Bhakti-lata Bija means Sri Guru is giving water, a lot of water for our tendency to serve Krishna. So, tendency potentially is there, but it has to be activated. So Srila Gurudev is that person who gives water for the seed. So seeds potentially are there, because Nitya Siddha, Krishna Prema is Nitya Siddha. Sadhya Kabunai. So it's not brought about by sadhana. Babajis are saying the opposite, that by sadhana, your Krishna Prema manifests. Means a Babaji comes into your life and gives you sadhana. But Babaji doesn't give you your Swarupa. Your Swarupa is inherent. So there was a great meeting of Vaishnavas in Keshavaji Gaudiya Math in the 50s. And one young sannyasi, Rishikesh Maharaj, I think his name was, he was asking that question. So what is it? Is it inherent or is it given by Vaishnava? So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj spoke, then our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj spoke, and Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj gave that famous example about a gardener who sees, oh, this is a banyan tree seed, this is a chlorella seed, this is a potato or cucumber seed, whatever. So different plants, different trees grow from each individual seed. It's not that banyan tree seed met some gardener who made him be a tomato. No, because the banyan is banyan, cannot become tomato. Banyan is banyan. So this verse and many other verses, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabuna, Shravana Dishuddha Chitta Korayodoi, by Shravana, Kirtana Smarana, etc., Cetodarpanamarjanam process is conducted. So this principle is even proved in first verse of Shikshashtaka of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Cetodarpanamarjanam. What does it mean? So you just clear the mirror of the heart. The mirror of the heart was polluted because for so many lifetimes, soul was in material conception of life. The mirror was dusty, and dust was mixed with grease. So that surface completely blocked the vision. You couldn't see yourself. You couldn't see surrounding atmosphere. What to speak of seeing the Lord within the heart. So the jiva was totally bewildered. That's why I need to clean the surface of the heart, mirror of the heart. You have to clean. You have to clean by Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, that process. Shravana di Shuddha Chitta. Then Chitta will be Shuddha. You know, Srila Rupa Goswami and Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu in different places sang Kriti Sadhya Bhavet Sadhya Bhava Sasadana Bida Nitya Siddhasya Bhavasya Prakritya Riddhi Sadhyata. Kriti Sadhya Bhavet Sadhya Bhava Sasadana Bida. So sadhana, bhakti, or process of regulated service can be known only as such, only when it's aimed towards bhava, developing of transcendental emotion. When you develop your sadhana with the aim to achieve bhava or transcendental emotion, then you perform proper sadhana. But in this verse, pay attention, again Nitya Siddha is mentioned. No. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sasadna bhava nitya siddhasya bhavasya. So that bhava is nitya siddha again. It's eternally in the heart. So many verses like this. So 3 I mentioned, but there are more and more and more and more. So Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj in Art of Sadhana is writing about the same principles are described. So that is the...
It's same to say like bhakti is inherent quality of the soul. Can we also say prema is inherent?
Yes. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema. It's said here. Oh, Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Thank you. Some cosmic experience. Yes. Now we're returned to our universe. We're still here. Very good. Hello. So a question by Lavanya. Bhai Didi Hari Krishna Maharaj, what is the difference between Siddhanta and Shastra? Dandavats. So Siddhanta means, Siddha means perfection, and Anta means the ultimate conclusion. And Shastra means the writings, the scriptures. So scriptures, they give Siddhanta. Shri Guru gives Siddhanta, Vaishnavas give Siddhanta in their Harikatha, but it can be recorded in the form of books. So that is Siddhanta. So Siddhanta of 2 parts, Tattva Siddhanta and Rasa Siddhanta. Tattva Siddhanta means philosophical principles. Rasa Siddhanta means the knowledge of ecstatic relationship with Krishna. You can open that window a little bit, just a little, to some fresh air. So, okay, so we continue. Pramanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavata Jiva Guru Krishna Prasadipaya bhakti-lata bija. So that bhakti-lata bija, or the seed of bhakti-lata has manifestation, external manifestation as Krishna Seva Vasana, desire to serve Krishna. So there was a driver, his name was Joe, and all of a sudden he became Bhakta Joe. Bhakta driver, Bhakta Joe. What happened? Krishna Seva Vasana manifested. The desire to serve Krishna manifested. Before, Joe wanted to serve his family, serve his company, maybe if he's a patriot. Anyway, serve his pocket, more or less. But all of a sudden, he wants to serve Krishna, and he dedicates his pocket and his family to Krishna. What happened? Why? Because bhakti-lata bija has been activated by Guru. He's got a lot of water. On a plant, provided there's nice weather, means nice sadhu sangha. No? When the plant is watered nicely, then immediately grows like tulasi in a good climate.
Is that Sukriti Maharaj, like you said yesterday, Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti?
Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti, yes. Well, Sukriti you gain even before meeting Guru. Sukriti leads you to sadhu sangha, the association with devotees. The fruit of Sukriti is sadhu sangha, same as Vishnu Dutas. It gave Ajamil their association. I'm sorry, he was chanting Narayan, 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 calling his son, then he got sadhu sangha in the form of Vishnu Dutas. So Vishnu Dutas instructed him, and Vishnu Dutas gave him sadhan, like his gurus. So he obtained mercy of Lord Narayan very quickly in Haridwar. So that is the way.
The same for the taxi driver.
Yeah, the driver, taxi, yeah, very good you mentioned taxi, because taxi driver once took a passenger who was Mahabhagavat, by chance. The passenger was Uttama Vaishnava, and Uttama Vaishnava gave him so much mercy, gave him Harikatha, and gave him some prasad, so he got some sweet bowl from his hands and took and brought him to a temple. And where is that great personality? I want to see him like this. So he became a devotee. So India, for example, Holy Land, is full of tadiya, means related to Krishna. Items related to Krishna. It's called tadiya vastu. Tulsi in every house. It's tadiya. It's completed. Tulasi Krishna Preyasi, Vrinda Devi. And anything related. Cows also related to Krishna. People consider them Krishnas. Drivers, never rough towards cows, always gentle. Oh, mother, okay, I have to drive around, no problem, like this.
So that's like the turtle, like you said before, the head goes through that.
Yeah, like pious birth in India is very, very good birth. Then during that opportunity, you collect masses of agyata sukritis of all kinds. If you live in a part of the city and next to you is a temple, for example, Govinda in Jaipur, a person can be 100% materialist, but he comes to Govinda, because oh Govinda, give me more money. Anyway, akama sarva kamava moksha kama udaradi tivirena bhakti yogina yajata purusham puram. Bhagavatam is saying, if you have material desires, don't have material desires, have desire for liberation, no problem. You come and worship. Come and worship, then desires will be purified. But if that sukriti depends also on the character of sukriti and the power of that sukriti, will lead you to sadhusanga. But if you served unintentionally even a high qualification Vaishnava, then definitely you will be in sadhusanga very, very quickly. Very quickly, there's no doubt about it. Very, very quickly.
So the desire can't manifest unless you have the sukriti, like with a taxi driver.
Yeah, roughly speaking, more or less, yeah. Okay. Desires, like sukritis, they motivate our desires. Before, he was wanting to serve only his family, and now all of a sudden he wants to serve Krishna. But the moment he really received mercy, that was the moment he got bhakti-lata bija, means initiation.
Change the samskaras.
Yeah. So again, bhakti-lata bija manifests as desire to serve Krishna and also as sharanagati. Means he becomes surrendered to Shri Guru. Sharanagati Lakshana. So,
going back to that point, our soul is inherent to bhakti, right? But if we're part and parcel of Krishna, but Krishna doesn't possess bhakti. Like, he doesn't possess bhakti, so how is it inherent? Doesn't Diksha
you have to understand one very deep philosophical principle. Ishvara Jiva Bheda, it's called. Difference between Ishvara and Jiva. So Krishna, what is Krishna Tattva and what is Jiva Tattva, you have to analyze. Because Jiva Tattva is very minute. Jiva is very minute. The living entity is very minute. Krishna is full. full consciousness. What's that? Vibhu Chaitanya. And we are Anu Chaitanya. Means very, very small. Because we are deprived of spiritual strength, which is called Chit. What? No. Chit Bala. Chit Bala means spiritual strength. We are devoid. So Krishna is full of Chit Bala, filled with Chit Bala, spiritual strength. And we are devoid of Chit Bala. Мы не читбальные. Не читбальные мы. So we don't have Chitbala assets, Chitbala facilities. And Krishna is fully Chitbalni. He has full spiritual strength. Lord Balaram, his first incarnation, comes as Sri Guru and brings us Chitbala. Then we become Chitbala, possessed with Chitbala, great spiritual strength, by the mercy of Sri Guru. That's why Bhakta Joe becomes such and such Das, Krishna Das, becomes Sadhana Bhakta. So his consciousness goes from Mukulita to Vikasita, quickly. And then Purna Vikasita when his bhakti achieves bhav. Like this. So what is the responsibility of the devotee? The position of devotee is very wonderful, very sweet, very nice. But you are now having great responsibility. Like you were living your life as a hippie, and I went there, I go there, and then all of a sudden, fell in love, created family. What comes? Responsibility comes. Children. Oh my God. Now you're father. You know. So when you're a disciple, responsibility, Ari Baba. You have to wake up in such and such time. You have to do your sadhana. Especially especially when a great festival is finished, Kartik, you know, you come back home, then you become like a balloon. Okay, so Yadavar Prabhu wanted to add something on that.
What reminds what one Buddha told us is, he says there's only two beautiful things to see in this world. Disciple that is obedient to his guru and a pregnant woman. He said, because the disciple should be like the pregnant woman. Pregnant woman cannot be pregnant today. Tomorrow I'm not pregnant. Maybe I'm pregnant in the morning, but I'm not going to be pregnant in the evening.
A little bit pregnant.
A little bit pregnant. More pregnant. So Gurudev says she's fully committed.
Yes.
So that way the disciple should be like that.
Yeah, very good example. Thank you. Good. Bravo. So, yes, you cannot be slightly pregnant. You cannot be a little bit disciple. So if you perform your role as an imposter, then you're a hypocrite. So don't show up that you're pregnant. We know you have a pillow there. So get your pillow out, you know. Get your pillow out. We're still like, I'm a disciple of such and such. Don't you know who I am? We know what you're doing, you know, at night. We've seen you at such and such nightclub, you know. So it's very, very important to be simple-hearted. And if you're pregnant, means pregnant, okay? Like a devotee, you know. So a devotee had saffron, let's say. And then devotee meets someone, makes someone pregnant, you know. So, okay, father takes care of that wife, you know, lets the wife develop properly as a devotee, takes care of the child, like this. Simple way. Okay, I'm fallen, but I'm still a bhakta, you know. Certainly it's very much disgraceful, but I'm still continuing. But that's very, how to say, commendable. I mean, that behavior in that case is very much commended. It's very good. Understood, supported, accepted. Yeah, so like this. The simplicity, that's the simplicity. Yes, I'm following. It's not an example to follow. No. It's not a, how to say, concession. No. You should not do, you must not do, actually. But if it happened anyway, then... I know there's a problem. Many devotees give up their commitments. They stop chanting. Unfortunately. Both Harinam and Gayatri. I was shocked. In 2009, you remember that Venice festival in Italy. Srila Gurudev was about to leave last morning. You remember also, you were there. Last morning, many devotees already left. Maybe 200-300 devotees were there, and Gurudev came to say last speech just before leaving. And there were like 5 minutes speech. And Gurudev was the master of short speeches. He could speak the most important things during a very short time. And Gurudev spoke. My request to all my disciples, please chant the holy name, prescribed number of rounds, and your Gayatri mantras, as you were saying, mantras. Your Gayatri mantras. I was shocked. Gurudev takes special time to speak those completely elementary things which are understood by anyone, everyone. They're understood theoretically by anyone and everyone. And Gurudev takes special time to tell that devotees, although it's like ABC, but Gurudev again says ABC. So by the way, children, you have to know that you have to work, you know. But we have to know one thing, that we have to work for our betterment, for our advancement. It's good, it's not good, it's like, like, I understand someone can be lazy, but one cannot be as lazy as to be lazy to breathe. If you're lazy to breathe, then you die. But breath is such a thing, you know. Sometimes you're in such an euphoria under some drug, you forget to breathe, you know. Sometimes such people die. But to breathe nicely, healthily, is very important, because that brings life. And Gurudev was reminding us, please breathe. So that's like breath. Like breath. You can give up anything. Anything. Your university, your even family, whatever. It's bad certainly to give up family and mother, father, sister, brother, etc. But don't give Harinam. Don't give up Harinam. That's your most important asset, your best friend, very best friend. Who can be closer than Harinam? Who can be closer than that best friend? Isn't it? So very, very sad. And so Gurudev was extremely angry when somebody was coming and, oh, Gurudev, I gave up my Gayatri. Can you give up again? Why? 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 Like this. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. Understand one thing. So Gurudev understood that, well, we have no samskars. This is like another type of yoga, and I may practice, I may give commitment. People are like super freedom to float in that Maya ocean. But this process of bhakti is not like that. So you have commitment of a disciple. And you must hear Harikatha about how to be a disciple. Srila Gurudev was speaking how to be a disciple. He was giving us examples of Aruni, of like Mahabharata, etc. So, so the responsibility of the disciple, that's what I was saying. So Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu is speaking to Srila Rupa Goswami. Mali hanna karise bija aropan shravana kirtan jali karaya sechan. When a person receives the seed of devotional service, he should take care of it by becoming a gardener, Mali, and sowing the seed in the heart. If he waters the seed gradually by the process of Shravan and Kirtan, hearing and chanting, the seed will begin to sprout. So, Shri Guru is that gardener who gives the disciple
nourishment, water essentially.
What's the thing from which we water plants? Huh? Once again, someone you say. Watering can. And Guru says to disciple, now you become the gardener. So Gurudev is general gardener. He's overlooking many, many gardens with many, many plants. But we are gardeners responsible for one particular plant, our bhakti-lata, our vine of devotion. So we have to water and see so that many other sprouts don't come and don't impede, like weeds.
How do you get rid of them?
Yeah, we will now hear. Tabiyai tadupari goloka vrindavan Krishna charana kalpa vriksha karya arahan. Being situated in one's heart and being watered by Shravan Kirtan, the bhakti creeper grows more and more. In this way it attains the shelter of the desire tree of the lotus feet of Krishna, who is eternally situated in the planet known as Goloka Vrindavan, the topmost region of spiritual sky. So the Lata goes all the way up. Here it's not seen, but in the big map there's a line, made of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, goes all the way up, according to destination. So if one, according to one's, what's it called, Svarupa Anubandhi, or the tendency of Swarup to develop, doesn't go to Vaikuntha, doesn't go to Ayodhya, but goes to Goloka, then Bhakti-lata will find itself in Goloka. And the level of Bhav, Bhakti-lata will pierce the surface of material world. Yeah. So, but the Mali, the gardener, is still in material world and waters, sprinkles the water of hearing and chanting. Even if the gardener is on a high spiritual level, still hearing and chanting is going on. It's going on eternally. There is one single factor which can stop the development of Bhakti-lata. That is aparadha, the offense towards Vaishnava aparadha. Yadi Vaishnava aparadha utya hatimata upadeva chinditara sukhi pata. If a devotee commits an offense at the feet of a Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant, hatimata, that uproots the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of creeper dried up. So Swami Maharaj Prabhupada comments that one who criticizes a Vaishnava goes to hell. There's a story of a sadhu and a prostitute. Sadhu and a prostitute. Yeah. So a prostitute was living in a house, brothel, and across there was ashram where sadhus lived, holy people lived. And a prostitute was waking up every morning after another night and saying, "Oh, Hare Krishna, such a nice place. Sadhus are living there, I would like to be, but I'm a prostitute, what to do?" So, and the sadhu living in the monastery was criticizing the prostitutes like anything. "Oh, that Veshya, that prostitute is so terrible behavior, so shameless, etc., etc." So when the time to die came, the prostitute went not directly to Golok Vrindavan anyway. She became a devotee in next life. She was born near the monastery again and went brahmacharini from the very beginning of lifetime, because her intention was, I would like to go to. And that sadhu was taken to hell and got all bad karma of a prostitute. So don't criticize, it's a very important rule. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada told one story. There was one king, and he was feeding brahmanas, many brahmanas, regularly. And as he was feeding brahmanas one time, all of a sudden, a huge bird arrived, like an eagle. And birds of prey, like eagles, they eat snakes also. And he was holding a snake, his victim, in his paws. Paws, yes? Claws. Paws different. Claws. And the snake was just salivating with poison. And that poison fell into the food The king was serving those Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, and they ate, and 4 or 5 of them died. Nobody actually knew the reason, because the eagle flew away. Nobody noticed what had happened. But people were criticized. Some of them were saying that, oh, that king is now known as the killer of Brahmanas. You know. So one time, a group of pilgrims came to that town, and they wanted to see the king. And they asked local lady, oh, where is the king, the palace of the king? And she said, oh, that way, but I can tell you that king, careful, that king is known as a killer of Brahmanas. So you consider going to him. So then Yamaraj is looking. Well, until now, I was pondering who to give the results of that sinful activity to, because nobody was really guilty. The king was not guilty because he didn't notice, and it was happened like by a twist of fate. It happened like that. The poisonous snake dropped some poison into the food, and the Brahmanas were poisoned to death. The Brahmanas were not guilty, the king was not guilty, the snake was not guilty, the eagle was not guilty, nobody was guilty. So Yamaraj was scratching his head, you know, where shall I give those results? And then when he heard that conversation between that lady and the pilgrims, he said, oh, that lady will get those results, because she criticized the king. So all the sum total of it. So Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying that if one criticizes someone for something which one really committed, then one gets 50%. 50%, because it's like just, you know, and 50% goes to that person. And when one criticizes someone for something one has not really committed, then 100% goes to that person.
You mean sin?
Yeah, sinful reactions. That's by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. So dangerous it is to criticize. You're just making a bridge between that sin and your heart, and it enters your heart through that bridge. That's it. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava in the 11th canto, and he's saying, Parasvabhava karmani naprashamsa nagarhayat vishvam ekantika pashyat prakritya purushana cha. He says, Parasvabhava means in karmani means the nature and the activities of others. Na prashamsam nagarhayat means don't praise and don't criticize. Don't praise and don't criticize the activities of others, like mundane people. Yeah. Devotees can glorify each other. They like, you know, glorifying each other. Oh, Prabhu, you're so... No, I'm nothing. I'm just warm and school. You are actually so much... No, I'm just... So it goes on and on. That's all right. Transcendental play, you know, a game. But the Lord just smiles, you know. It's all related to the Lord anyway. But like mundane qualities, oh, that person is so rich. He's so wonderful. I want to be like him, you know. No need to praise. No need to praise. Guys like Michael Jackson and, you know, people from this world. No need to praise. They're not at all superstars, actually. They're quite sinful people. So, and also not criticizing them. Oh, he's so bad. Blah, blah, blah. Certainly bad. Swami Maharaj Prabhupada said, there is nothing good in this material world. Everything is bad. I remember this. Everything is bad. Nothing good in this material world. Everything is bad. So,
like, for example, Prabhupada said that we should call people or by trait or whatever they do. Like, for example, if someone is thief by trait, that's fair is to call him a thief. If somebody is a dancer, that's fine to call a dancer. So my question would be, like, for example, people are coming to Krishna consciousness or just practicing spiritual life, and they still keep the trait. We can call it trait from before spiritual life. not that good trade, but for example, making like thieves, yeah, criminals, liars, or whatever, yeah. What would you say about this? Is it critics, if we say, or is it just, if I'm thief, I was thief in previous life, and I came to Krishna consciousness, I'm still continuing doing my crimes, stealing. I can't resist stealing everything everywhere. Is it crime to call me thief?
According to what our Guru Varga is saying, as I heard, yeah, to say the truth is good, but without criticism, sometimes it's needed, especially if you're a senior.
Do you have a perfect example of that?
Yeah, like
A criticism without, what did you say about criticism without?
no, admitting and saying truth without criticism.
Without criticizing.
Without criticizing.
Without condemning.
Without condemning. Like if somebody is thief, we can say that guy is a thief. Be careful with him.
Okay.
Don't leave your possessions here. Yes. That's true. Oh, he's so bad because he's blah blah blah. We're not glorifying his nama rupa guna lila too much, but we're just admitting, just for our hygiene, because we need that money for some divine purpose. So just that guy is a thief. That's it. We can say. Not that we make a type of gathering at pointing our fingers, etc., etc., trying to rectify him, etc., etc. If then another case is when one is senior devotee or guru, especially when a disciple became a thief, then guru chastises you, nonsense like this. Don't be like this because of this and this and this. Then that's guru's duty, even duty. Father, mother, seniors. Oh, you've become a thief. Shame on you. Shame on you. Like this. Don't do again. Like this. So that's okay. But also we don't praise too much. Somebody sings very nicely. That's good. But if it's mundane song, then we don't praise those singers. We can praise kirtaniyas behind their hearing. They should not hear being praised. Not good for them. Like this.
The reason for that Bhagavad Gita, the tattva, because it's coming from Krishna anyway. I'm the ability in man. Is that how the thinking is? That's why we don't do it?
Ability. Oh, yes. That's also a point. That we know that. I didn't comment on that verse. Vishvam ekantikam pashyat. Uddhava, Krishna says to Uddhava, just see this world with equal vision. Prakritya Purushena cha. Like a combination of Purusha and Prakriti. Purusha glanced at this world, Prakriti, and it became such. So don't praise it, don't criticize it. Don't praise its residents, don't criticize. Let them be. So Gurudev used to say, don't worry about others. Worry about us. Oh, he's a cheater, he's a bogus person. Whatever they do, let them do. Let them do. You cannot change it. You're not mother, father, sister, brother to them. So let them do it. Or some event in the city, police came and you start discussing. This is prajalpa. Let police deal with it. There's a professional, they get money for that. That's it. It's karma, So we're not involved, Or let's say, very, how to say, sharp topic nowadays, war, Wars are going on now. Russia, Ukraine, Iran, Israel, etc., etc. So devotees from those countries, they become antagonistic to each other. That's a very good exam from the Lord, if we are identifying ourselves with our bodies or not. So in our temple, Krishna Balaram Mandir, Sevakunj Vrindavan, Didi strictly forbids us to speak about the war at all. When the war started, 22, I brought some news, to some Ukrainian devotees, and one lady could not eat anymore, like she was shocked. So Didi told me, hey, Maharaj, you brought up the topic. Before you, know this topic. So Russians and Ukrainians, shoulder to shoulder, serving in Vrindavan, not thinking about any external things.
Yeah, London they refused Russian.
Yeah, but anyway, we're not Russian. We're not Ukrainian. That's it. We have to understand. That's a very good exam. And it will be worse. It will be worse. So we have to be prepared. Because otherwise we're on a material platform and our level is lower than Kanishta Kanishta. If we become patriots, so-called. And become Vaishnava aparadis, actually. Because that Vaishnava belongs to different creed, Even in Bible, One man met a person from Samaria, from a different caste, which was, they were enemies, actually. Some Samaritans were enemies. And he was wounded. And that man put some bandage on his wounds, took care of him. He was criticized by his so-called patriotic, his countrymen. But he did it consciously, because he had spiritual consciousness. That's Bible, what to speak of him. Those Christian countries, they're not certainly have nothing to do with that biblical story about Samaritan. But we are, Hare Krishna, we're supposed to be higher consciousness. It's Prabhupada, Gurudev, all those things. Twice initiated like this. I'm patriot, now. This. Or this. Depends. Depends. So it's total. This is like Kanishta, not even Kanishta level. Very low level. Very low. So we have to understand. We have to go further. It's elementary thing, very elementary. I'm not this body thing, It means when Prabhupada was speaking, Gurudev was speaking, all Vaishnavas were speaking, our ears were blocked with something. Probably earphones listening to some music, I don't know, whatever. National music, whatever, that's why we remain dolls for 5 rupees, 1 doll for 5 rupees, 1 doll for 50 rupees, and 1 doll for 500 rupees. 1 doll for 5 rupees costs only 5 rupees, like 3 dolls, 5, 50, and 500. A person comes to the market, what's the difference? They look identical. No, the 5 rupee doll has outlets throughout, from one ear to the other. Yes, and why? Because whatever he hears flies through the other ear. The second doll has ability to repeat, like that hamster, Hare Krishna, hamster, repeats. Hare Rama, 50 rupees, mechanical doll, magic hamster, speaking hamster, very good. Parrot, rather parrot, parrots. There are such parrots here. And the third doll costs 500 rupees because there's a very special mystical system inbuilt. Yes, Shrutakshatapato means whatever he hears, he realizes and takes into heart and then speaks. Vikriditam vrajavadu viridam chavishnu shraddanvitam nashrinayata devarnayedve Bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hridrogam ishvapahinante charena dhira. That famous verse at the end of Rasa Lila. Shukadev Goswami said to Maharaj Parikshit, when you hear with great attention, anushrinayat, again and again, repeatedly, the pastimes of Krishna dancing with the gopis, and you repeat and preach, then pratilabhya kamam hridrogam. Yes, the disease of lust will leave the heart as a result. Yes. But first bhakti will come. Bhaktim param will come, and then disease of lust will go. But the 5 rupee doll is not hearing anything. And everything that doll has is lust, and lust. Endless lust. I'm a patriot. My land this. I hate that Vaishnava because he's the opposite side. That's it. Here you go. This is rough materialistic conception. Very bad. I received some voice message yesterday, another message complaining about that. Said, lady is saying, I approached, senior devotees, like with such eyes, shocked, in the temple, I approached. And they're saying, oh, no, we will just, our boys will return with victory and blah blah blah. Are Baba, what it's all about, How about Maharaj Parikshit, Shukadev Goswami, and all that Harikatha? It means that you're just ritualistic. This is called, that. No. This is the third level. What's that? Moral theist, buddy. Moral theist. Going to church, performing rituals, receiving some money for a service, maybe, like this, and that's it. So this is very low. So we have to go beyond. Krishna consciousness is something different. Srimad Bhagavatam is bound to bring revolution in the heart. It has to be listened from Bhagavata devotee. Then you will start to understand, I am not that body. Finally. So the gardener must defend the creeper by fencing it all around so that the powerful elephant of offenses may not enter. Elephant. So that's the elephant, That elephant, Vaishnava parat at every step we commit. But sadhus, great devotees, our great guardians are so passionate. Compassionate. Sadhu Maharaj, welcome to English speaking world. So that, I'm sorry, I finished my sentence. So then they forgive all those offenses, small offenses. So we commit Vaishnava Parat again and again, but we're again forgiven by merciful guardians. They're seeing, they're looking at us, how our hearts are becoming softer. If they're becoming softer, they're very happy and they encourage us. Again, what was your question? Okay, Haribol. So, letim дальше. So we're flying further.
No, what I wanted to say. Ukrainian devotees.
Or something she wanted to say. Haribol. So no or yes?
Yeah, but okay, doesn't matter.
Yes.
What I wanted to say.
So doesn't matter or does matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Camera, I didn't want, but okay.
Yes.
I'm not that.
You're seen by the world now.
No,
Speak up.
Okay, what I want to say. Some Ukrainian devotees were approaching me asking about that they feel pride to go to war because they're devotees. They must go, and they were encouraging other devotees go to this war and fight whatever, like Arjuna fought on whatever. So, yeah, I have my opinion. I said no, but it doesn't matter. They looked at me like, cool. What's your opinion? How could you explain properly?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I also faced that opinion, and they were quoting Bhagavad Gita. That's a good approach, but that's not the highest approach. That's Varnashrama approach. Arjuna was a warrior. He had to fight. That was his duty. Also, no matter on what side you are, if you just go because your government sent you, that's we heard from our Pujapat Madhusudan Maharaj. Your government sent you and you go to war and you die, you go to heaven. But a thoughtful devotee was thinking, why should I go to heaven? Should I go to heaven? I can serve my Gurudev even better. So depends on the spiritual level here. If you're bound to Varnashrama, if you consider yourself a resident of that land, if you consider yourself to be obliged to be, that you have to become a warrior, then you can go. This is Varnashrama level, Varnashrama understanding. Varnashrama was also given in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. But there is understanding higher than Varnashrama. And the first thing Mahaprabhu heard from Raya Ramananda was Varnashrama. But Mahaprabhu said, Eho Bahya Agya Kahoyar. That is external, go further. And further, there were many, 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 many other things. So a devotee can consider what I want. If I want Gopi Bhava, then I have to stay in Vrindavan. It's better for you as a devotee. Then you'll achieve much more. If not, go to war and fight. But that's Varnashrama understanding. So it's deep, deep subjects, and I know many devotees will not agree with me. I know. But that's also true. So we're standing for the truth. That's Nayan, which is not filmed. Who is not filmed?
Because
Yes.
what Ramananda was saying there is according to your service state, according to your level. So higher, but you can't be artificially higher. If you're on just the national level, which a lot of people are, then you've got to stay there, right? Or is that my misunderstanding?
Yes, if you are, you stay. If you are not, you don't stay. Right, so unwanted creepers come. What are they? Anarthas. Anarthas means undesirable qualities. So desires for material enjoyment, liberation from material world grow along with the creeper of devotional service. Variety of such unwanted creepers are unlimited. So tomorrow we'll start from Anartha Nivriti and we'll finish with the end of Rupa-siksa, which is actually different rasas and their short synopsis. So today I think we spoke a lot already, almost 2 hours. There were many questions, and if there are some more questions, then we can consider, yes, Lavanya Prabhu.
Yeah, so I was at work today, Maharaj, and there was a person that I thought maybe I could make him come to the program today. And he's a yoga teacher.
Oh.
And, he knows about Bhagavad Gita. He knows about Mahamantra and chanting and kirtan. So I told him about the program, but he said he doesn't want to come because he doesn't want to hear Hari Katha. He doesn't want to hear about Krishna.
Oh.
He likes kirtan.
He wants to hear about Shiva.
So,
but well, what's the difference between kirtan and Hari Katha? When you're singing, you're hearing about Krishna. So what's the difference? There's no difference. So the two ways of kirtan, you explain to him. The person is misled, how to say. He has some prejudice against Hari Katha. But they're both kirtan. They're both kirtan. Hari Katha is also kirtan. The three great Prabhus, three Prabhutraya, Narottam, Srinivas, Shyamananda were preaching. Shyamananda and Narottam were preaching through kirtan mostly. But Srinivas Acharya through Bhagavad Katha. And the result was not less.
It's not less.
Not less. The result was the same.
But we are encouraged always to hear Hari Katha, that we can get maximum benefit spiritually.
Yeah.
By hearing from a very qualified guru. His Katha coming from him.
Yeah.
But I never heard that expression used in kirtan.
Yeah, but kirtan requires explanation. Requires explanation.
Yes, Hari Katha is all about explanation.
Yes. So the first record Swami Maharaj Prabhupada recorded was Krishna consciousness called. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra, explaining Hare Krishna mantra. So this transcendental sound vibration is like genuine cry of a son for the mother, like this, and etc., etc. Completely purifying the soul, and many, many things has to be said. But those hippies who were singing in Tompkins Square Park and Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, we're not hearing anything. We're not knowing anything. No Harikatha, no explanation, just kirtan. So did they benefit? A lot. I mean, complete. But they have to have understanding what it's all about, true conception of Harinam, true conception of different tattvas, who is Krishna, what is Jiva, who is Guru, etc. What is this material world? So it has to be given. So it has to be combined. So the sandwich, Hare Krishna sandwich, bhajans, Harikatha, Arati, Prasad, 4 parts, very good. So here we have only devotees today. If you want, we can sing Arati. Yeah, if you can do Arati, just first part without Tulsi Mani. So if anyone has more questions, most welcome. And devotees online, if you have questions, then also most welcome. But we are bound to end our broadcast today. Tomorrow we'll wait for you again. Please bring your friends. But tomorrow anyway, I was preparing for ending Rupa-siksa more or less. And if you bring more people, then no problem, we'll make adaptations. But we'll speak less about rasas at the end, what to do. Okay, you still want? Okay.
Unofficial.
Shri Caitanya Charitamritam ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami Pada ki jai, Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki jai, Paramarajitam Guru Pad Padma ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Om. Thank you very much. Gurudeva ki jai.